everybody, it's Miss K and welcome to Miss K Gone Postal. So I just wanted to come to you guys this evening on a somber note. I don't know if you guys have heard or not. We did have a postal employee that was shot in DC by another postal employee. And it made me sit and wonder and think, with everything that's going on, as much as we all of us who come out here to speak to you guys and give you information about the changes that are happening with the Postal Service, with the changing of routes, the changing of hours and not giving overtime and RCAs, y'all showing out, and RCAs, not being able to make the money they were making before and all the changes going on with just the mail volume in general. Everything that we've been discussing have been about the pertinent changes that are supposed to be happening within the Postal Service, but we're not speaking about one particular thing, and that's our fucking safety. The safety of our postal workers, either inside a plant, inside a station, or those carriers who have to deliver mail. And even our truck drivers, our MVO drivers, even them. What about our fucking safety? Is the Postal Service concerned about our safety? Now, I must say this. Where I work, and I ain't telling it, baby, anybody can get that motherfucker. And I'm just going to say it. We don't have any real security. We don't have any real security measures. Baby, I don't even know if we got a plan if an active shooter come in that goddamn building. Because my only plan is to run, hide and run. That's it. We don't have anything in place to stop anybody from coming in there. There are many ways to get in that building while I work. Oh, it's so many ways. So many ways. We don't have no two-way camera to let somebody in if we see them and we don't know who they are and deny them access. Baby, we on slave time. This the plantation. You ring the bell, baby, and the door just open because there's nobody there to stop anything from happening. And we got some crazy people. We really got some crazy 98, 99% motherfucking crazy people who work where I work. And I just wait any day for them to just let me know the day they're going to shoot the place up because they ain't mentally right. But that's neither here nor there. But we need to be more concerned with the safety of our employees, especially those carriers. The past year or two, we've had a lot of carriers. One carrier is too much. So to me, if it's 2, 3, or 4, that's way too many of carriers on their routes, delivering their mail, and they're getting shot for no reason. They're just coming up shooting them, or they're trying to assault them and shoot them. And we've had carriers who died because they're out here delivering mail and there's no real protection. Now, should we arm our carriers? Pepper spray and dog spray ain't really working. The shit don't work for the dogs. So what is being done for our carriers? Because number one, the carriers are supposed to have some type of protection on the street, and they really don't. Where I'm located, a lot of carriers have their LLBs carjacked. Yeah, I said it. It happened. Yeah, one on TV. It was a low speed chase because LLBs don't move that fast. They're coming. They're hitting up the carriers outside of here. Boop, knocking them out, taking the master keys. And if you know what the master key is the main key that opens up the boxes. Normally in an apartment complex or a condo. That master key opens up all of them so that the carrier can put the mail in the slots. And that's what the robbers are looking for because they want the master key because they can open up all the boxes and take whatever the hell they want to take, especially tax time, baby, because they want them damn W-2s hard. Who's there to protect them? Who is there if that happens? Who is there if their master key is stolen or their LLB is stolen? It's after the fact. Oh, of course, the postal police gonna come and, the Division of Homeland Security, yada, 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 and all that foolishness. That happens after. What happens during? What happens during when the carrier is out on the street or a carrier is on a particularly dangerous route and have alerted the Postal Service numerous times? I'm in a neighborhood that's unsafe. I don't feel safe. And they happen to get shot and killed. Oh, that's happened. Y'all can look it up. What do they do then? You're dealing with the after effects. Same thing for a plant. If a plant does not have adequate security, if there are ways for people to get in that's not monitored or it's not being accessed through a card, or there's no cameras, because baby, in my location, they say them cameras work. Ask them to review the tape, pull the tape. If you tell you, they're gonna conveniently tell you don't work. You know why? Because the camera don't work. That's why. What about our clerks and mail handlers that may happen to work at a station? And you got a crazy fucker that come run up in there. What are you supposed to do? What is the Postal Service doing to protect our workers? Now, you can say, oh, well, you have your badge. You're not supposed to let anybody weird in or somebody you don't know. And they have cameras. Okay, but a lot of these plants that we're working at, real talk, they're old. They're really old. And they don't really have a lot of high-tech technology going on in that place. If they do, they got stuff straight along and tied up to try to make the shit work. Now, there are some locations, there are some plants that, or even some stations that may have a security guard there. There are plants that actually have active postal police that are there on site. It's still very rare, but there are some that have them there. So, and you also have some particular plants that do have a system of, if you're coming into their location, you have to sign in, you got to give your ID, you just aren't let in the door. But that's a very small percentage of stations, a very small percentage of plants that may have this type of security. Now, Sister Joy wants to do all these changes. I've heard nothing about fucking safety. I heard how you want to make hubs and you want to make spokes. But where's the safety for the workers? Not safety at work, meaning work safely, don't hurt yourself, don't do this. No, your safety of your well-being and your peace of mind when you come into a location and you have to give 10, 12 hours of your fucking life every day. And if you don't feel safe, or you feel that at any moment some crazy employee or some crazy employee's wife, boyfriend, side dude, side bitch, or whatever come run up in there and can get inside, or even an old retired employee that just happens to still can get into the fucking building without nobody letting them in. What are we doing about that? Are we doing anything about it? Because all the service talks that we get lately have not been about fucking safety. They've been about every damn thing else. Oh, how you need to do this and how you need to process this. Oh, and then how you going to do this. Oh, and MHA is getting their hours cut. And oh, we're only going to offer 2 hours overtime. Okay, that's all well and good. But in the scheme of things, in the long run, where does it leave us as employees about our safety? Now, some of us, I ain't saying no names, I ain't giving out y'all locations. Some of us are strapped up and some of us are licensed to be strapped. But because we work at a federal facility, we're not taking that to work. Are you? Y'all taking it? Y'all better not be taking that shit to work. Y'all know better. But what do you do to protect yourself? What do you do with everything that's been happening over the past week? We've had a shooting at the damn mall in Texas. You had some crazy fool in Atlanta run up in a medical center shooting up women. You had a crazy fool killing 7 people in Oklahoma. Mind you, we work at a place that's open literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, except for the stations, but they're open in good almost 8 hours, 9 hours of the day, where people are coming in and out, in and out. And you may not see the same person twice, or sometimes you may. You don't know. You're not constantly looking to see what they're carrying, what they're not carrying, what they're doing, if they're fidgety, if they're agitated. That's at a station. Now, mind you, if you're working in a plant, you see the same people every day, pretty much. But that person may go on vacation, or somebody may have gotten a new bid and they're on a different tour and you don't see them. And then when they hire people, half the time we don't even know who the hell they are. So they walking around you going, who the hell is that? So it's still easy for someone to get into the building that you have never seen and do whatever. They don't even have to get into the building. They can do it in the parking lot. They can do it on the street, coming into the facility. It's too many ways that our safety and our security is not being fucking addressed. And we as postal employees need to fucking speak up. Yes, I know it's so much shit going on with all the changes and just you trying to keep ahead of the game, keep your head above the water. But your head is not going to do anything for you. if somebody come in there and put a fucking bullet in it. Get my drift? Okay? And especially if you're a carrier. I love my carriers, I do, but baby, I can't do the shit that y'all do. I'm not delivering mail in rain, sleet, snow, hail, none of that. I can't ride around in some hot ass, ugly ass damn car with a little fan in that thing that only gets serviced once a year, and if it die, you won't burn the fuck up. And then you gotta walk the rest of your route. And then you gotta deliver in the hood. Oh no, I'm clutching my pearls. No. I give y'all props. But y'all are the least protected people out there in the postal family, because there's no one out there riding shotgun to watch your back. Now, yeah, you may have a supervisor that will do what they call an observation, and they kind of tell you from far back or go through your route to see how you deliver mail and what's going on with you. But if something jump off, they got the gat. They got a bat. What's going to happen? And that only happens, what, every blue moon when you have your observation. They're not out there riding with you every day. Now, let me give y'all some information. Postal police, right? The postal police used to be the ones that protected the carriers and drivers on the road. Now, what you don't know is that they would be out there patrolling the routes in undercover cars that many of the carriers would drive. And even some of our MVS, TTO drivers. They used to do that. They used to be out there. You didn't see them, but they would be out there. Some of y'all, if y'all were smart enough, y'all probably caught them. But they were tasked with following around the carriers. Not so much telling you, but making sure your route was safe. So that if anything jumped off, they were there or they were in the vicinity. Also, they were there to watch and make sure y'all weren't doing no illegal shit. Because you know some of y'all shady as hell. But anyway, that's what their job was. Now, when there was the shift in what the postal police was responsible for, that focus on them protecting our carriers on the road shifted. So now the postal police main objective is for them to maintain and guard the postal facilities or postal landmarks, the buildings or the land. Now they're even monitoring land that the post office no longer uses but still owns. A fucking waste of money. We got carriers out here getting assaulted and shot, but they don't have any protection. Think about that shit. They shifted their focus from making sure that the carriers don't get assaulted on the street to watching motherfucking buildings. You see how they think about your ass? They don't. They don't think about you. And that's why you need to stand up and say, we are concerned about our safety. Enough is fucking enough. It's too much shit going on. Mind you, this stuff still reverts back to a person's mindset. And we can even piggyback off toxic work environment and the mentality of some people when they come to work. I say all the time, guys, you never know what's going through a person's mind when they walk in that door and come to work every day. You don't know their issues, you don't know their problems. That's why you should be nice to every fucking body, or even semi-nice. Just say hello to the ones who look really extra crazy. Because if you don't, the day they decide to shoot up that place, they ain't gonna tell you, baby, I'm nice to everybody. Somebody gonna tell me the day they gonna pew the place up. Because you see me running, I'm leaving. But this needs to be our focus. Let's not forget, yes, there are a lot of things going on. Yes, there are a lot of changes happening. And a lot of things with the Postal Service is not set in stone, is not clear, and everything's up in the air. But what is definitely fucking clear is that we're still working and our safety should be fucking addressed. Speak to your unions. I know a lot of y'all right now are not happy with them. I know a lot of y'all are just, especially the mail handler union. It's neither here nor there, baby, but I'm going to leave that one alone. But you need to speak with your union. You need to go above them. We need to even go above them. If you have to sing it to the joy. Our safety as workers, and not the safety of the workroom floor, but our safety in general needs to be addressed. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I came home, thought about it, and I said, let me go ahead and give y'all this because it's something that should be on everyone's mind, especially with so many things happening in schools and malls. child at the hospital. You can't even go to the hospital. Like shit, if I get sick, I'm just to stay home because I don't know what may jump off when I get to the ER. It's getting that crazy, and we work there literally all day, every day. We see them people more than we see our own damn families. So our safety should be their concern, but it should also be your number one concern to make sure you get back home safe. Okay? So, as always, Miss K here just to drop a little knowledge on y'all ass so that you get an understanding of what's going on and so that, you know, you can go work tomorrow and say, hey, our safety is number one and we need to have this shit addressed. And as always, my postal freaks, love and light. Peace.